Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third and final episode of our Monster of the Week audiocast, The Trenchcoats and the Weeb. In the last episode, our hunters investigated the crime scene, and with a bit of magic, they saw how the monster incapacitated and fed on her victims. Dr. Cork and Jeremiah found themselves afflicted with hallucinations and fever, but were able to cure themselves with the use of magic. After researching at the late Dr. Morris's office, they learned that the creature was a type of yokai called a Joragumo. As our hunters gear up, let's see how they face this deadly foe. As you guys make your way out of this building, Jeremiah, you do notice, since you are very aware of spiders, you do notice a few. Just a couple sort of walking in a strange way. They're walking in a line. And they're walking sort of towards the back door of this building.
You guys see that right now, or is this happening again?
Yeah.
Did you get a more on point trail?
They're usually solitary, right? Like they kind of stick to their own web and do their own thing. They don't usually. They're acting like ants right now.
A hive mind.
You know where that goes, Professor?
Yeah, that goes to the back door of the university.
Which leads out. There's a nice little patio back there if anybody wants to smoke or, have a lunch.
Yeah.
And it actually looks over a sort of a rocky, it's not a cliff, but it is a incline that goes a bit of a ways down, maybe about 30 feet down. And then it kind of opens up. There's some trees and nice foliage. And then that the park is that way.
The park's over there. There's also a smoker's area, which most of the faculty uses in the current year, 1990X.
True. Truth.com doesn't exist yet.
Oh.
Don't tell me you're into that whole internet thing. That's such a fad.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's so slow. Books are so much faster.
It's never going to catch on.
Never.
No. What is Al Gore thinking?
Oh, you mean presidential candidate Al Gore? Yeah,
What's he thinking with his internet? You know what? Hang on. I just thought of something. We looked up all this stuff about it. I was really wondering, what can this monster do?
That is a great question.
I'd like to use my last question that I had.
Yes, you're using your hold to ask this great question. You pick up the book from the ground that has some of the pages have folded over as it was kind of thrown haphazardly in the air. As you kind of look through the notes, there is a paper tucked in that seems to be handwritten, not by Dr. Morris, but by a slightly more sensitive hand, a lighter touch, that says, beware the bite. That is where the venom is. The touch can cause mental damage. And if you are wrapped within its thread, you will find a hard time unbinding yourself. So it can bite, it can poison you, and it can grapple you.
So it's a very big spider. Well, money-wise, how are we sitting on getting supplies?
We have real jobs.
Yeah, you're fine.
Or at
you
least
can
I
afford
do.
a lot in this time,
Oh.
Yeah, it's 19.
Oh,
Even
that's
working at
fair.
Blockbuster.
I'm a professor. I make $25,000 a year. Thank you.
Wow.
You already have like a house and you're working on your vacation home.
Yeah, a second house actually, third car.
Yeah. You can't even drive them, but you have 3 cars.
Yeah, when I get my my learners, it's gonna be a great day. And I'm taking out a 7th mortgage on my house to pay for a
Oh,
vacation
God.
this year because the housing market is stable as ever.
Like that'll never change.
I mean,
God.
what could
So,
go?
To the hardware store?
Yeah, let's go to Lowe's.
No,
Ace
it's
Hardware?
a local.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say
a
mom
local
and pop
hardware
shop.
store. Yeah.
Even better.
This is a gearing up montage. There's no need to. You can find everything you need where you're going. It's not magical stuff. It is just simply picking up some DEET, some lighters, going home and taking a shower, cleaning yourselves off. Jeremiah, you are realizing that you are starting to see things, not just these little spiders. It seems like the butt to the head isn't quite taking care of this, whatever it is in your system. You start to sweat and
I'm
feel it, really.
just because I know, I guess feeling the similar feeling. I'm just like under extreme duress, gonna I guess try lay on hands on myself here, just like
Yeah.
holding my head, trying anything that I can as I'm in the shower, just like freaking Goku screaming to.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
feel a hand coming out from the back of your head.
Ugh.
And, oh, great. Let's go big.
All right.
Okay.
So this is you rolled an 8, which on a 7 to 9 you can heal the harm or illness, but you will take it onto yourself. You've already done that. So I'm gonna say you just are going to take 1 harm.
Okay.
So you can add that to your harm track. So as you are like trying to, this hand is in the back of your head. So this is just in my head. This is just in my head. It's not real.
Right.
It's not real. You kind of slam your head into the back of the shower, and sort of there's a little bit of blood going down, but it seems to have cleared up this illness that you're feeling.
Kind of like come to for a second. Wow. Get up out of the shower, towel off, all that stuff. Go in and see what are they doing right now. I'm just like, guys, I am really not feeling too hot.
Yeah, you look like shit.
I feel like shit. I mean, I know that, look, that's my standard MO, but like, no, this is on the inside.
Can't you fix
You wanna
that?
talk
Don't you
about it?
Can you like yourself?
Oh,
You do?
Like, I
mean,
tried.
I feel like every time we're trying to help each other, we're hindering, not helping. Every time we're trying to help each other out, like, cause I could try with my magic
look,
to fix
look.
you if you want.
Yeah, you did fix it. It seems like the hallucinations have stopped. You just hurt yourself in doing that.
Oh, okay.
Like physically hurt yourself.
Like, I could try to fix you physically hurting
Look.
yourself, but it seems like we're just perpetuating a cycle here.
Yeah, like at first I was seeing spiders, and then you hit me on the head, and then suddenly I just felt a hand come out of the back of my head.
Pull out my gun, and I'm like,
No, let's not try that. Yeah. We're good. Let's save the bullets for the thing. Okay. So what's the game plan?
Well, and I go
get
into
him,
the other room.
Jeremiah.
Then, like, first things first, and I bring out a bunch of extra clothes.
Yeah.
Since we were gonna change clothes, it's all just like sweater vests and like
Uh-huh.
but it's all just dad clothes.
Yep, that's fine.
You don't have another trench coat?
Oh, I have many other trench coats.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
There's like a closet that's just filled with trench coats.
I'll take one of your button-down shirts and a trench coat and a tie for some reason that I will not ever tighten up, and I'll just let it hang, you know.
Of course.
So just as a heads up for you, LB,
Yes.
for what it's worth, yes, DEET, like bug spray,
Yep.
any kind of like lighter things that make flares actually would be great, like high
Okay.
phosphor flares that burn as opposed
Yeah.
to like
Like a road flare. Yeah.
instead of trying to be there like, you know, the classic, the lighter won't light, I can't get it to light, we'll just pop off a flare. Seems like a better call.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's good stuff to catch stuff on fire. I don't know if you guys have any other thoughts. I mean, like in my head I'm like Molotov cocktails, but this is a building we don't want to burn down. We want to control burn this place. We don't want to set the whole university on fire.
True.
I would like to make one more recommendation, and that would be we're not sponsored by WD-40, I promise you, but like the liquid container of WD-40,
Okay, yeah.
because it's a siliconized lubricant,
Mm-hmm.
and siliconized lubricant doesn't catch fire.
Oh, I didn't know
Just
that.
dunk it all over yourself, so you can't be helped.
So we're just
maybe by
coated
spider
in
webs.
an armor of WD-40.
My thoughts
Yeah.
are if it's a good enough lubricant to fix all of your mechanical problems, maybe spider webs won't stick to you as much and it won't catch fire from the road flares.
I mean, just the
I'm gonna
flame
do it
retardant
anyway, so-
aspect. Yeah, no, we can just fill the bathtub with it and then one at a time go like.
I don't know how that's gonna feel with your feathers though. I don't know if that's gonna mess up your waterproofness of your down.
So I mean, my feathers generally are quite oily, and that's why
true.
they're.
Yeah, you know what, you're right. I don't want to mess with your natural.
Yeah, but if I put it on like the trench coat and then I put that
Yeah,
on
that's
over
good.
me,
That's
then
good
I think
idea.
that's probably good.
Professor, I know you have a bunch of cars here, which it's my destiny, so I'm willing to let her go. But you know, the Senpai Mobile is basically a moving bomb.
I just like put a hand on your shoulder and I'm like, I could never ask you to sacrifice. I know how much that means to you. I think your car is a fucking joke, and quite frankly, I'm embarrassed every time I'm seen in it. But I know what it means to you.
And I'll be like, well, how comfortable, like, in my head, I know how I feel like you want these things to go. And I'll say, it'd be so cool if we could pull up to this place and, like, drift it around so you can jump out the back seat where there's no door and make your way up. But I don't know if you're that athletic, and I don't think either of us are that good at driving. So it seems real cool. We could try it.
He is just going through all these scenes in his head as to like.
Sits there, the letterbox shows up with the sword.
Yeah.
like
100%. Yes.
stops.
He is going to
Yokai's
try
on the
to
other
not be
side.
looking at. Yeah.
Nothing personnel, kid.
clicks it back in, and then as she falls
Absolutely.
over. You know, I'm curious to see what's actually gonna go when we get there.
But yeah, if you want to blow up your car to try and kill this mutant spider lady, I'm not gonna stop you.
I mean, it's only gonna take like one more month. I mean, I could use the exercise of walking to work. I'm sure.
Are you asking me to lend you one of my 3 cars?
Yes, or give.
You know what? They're just so accessible and inexpensive to buy, so I have no problem with just giving you one of my 3 cars if you happen to have to blow up your car in order to save us from a giant spider yokai lady.
I'm just greatly. I want you to know how much
I mean, I bought them all in cash, so
I was gonna say, why don't we put a gas tank? We'll put a gas can in the car. It's like 50 cents a gallon. What does it matter? We'll fill up a couple gas cans, put them in here.
I didn't know that I would feel bad about setting this in 1993, but I do.
That's true. I mean, I've got a crisp 20, which is basically an infinite supply of gas, so we might as well just fill up the whole fucking car.
Anyways, so you guys gear up with all the things you need, and you're gonna head back to the faculty building.
Yeah, all the spiders.
Yeah.
All right. Follow the spiders. As the sun begins to set, the beautiful colors of the sunset are to the west behind you. You see the oranges and reds, the darkened blue-black of the sky in front of you as you make your way through the building, following these itty-bitty spiders out the back doorway. As you do, you notice them moving across this patio and onto the grass, where you can follow them into the rocks that cascade over into this valley below you. They seem to be going sort of down and to the left of where you currently are. As you move down these rocks very carefully, there's quite a few big boulders, small spaces. There is a lot of shifting. You've been warned that you shouldn't be playing on the rocks as faculty members, but most people don't come down here. You follow these spiders, and as you continue down, you get to about 2/3 of the way to the bottom, and about probably 30 yards north of the building, you notice a cave opening. It's about 4 feet by 4 feet, seems to be tucked away. You wouldn't notice it if you were, unless you were looking for it. And as you peek your head in, it does seem to open up into a bigger space once you get inside.
And this is like near the community college, right? Like this is not super far away from it?
Correct.
You guys know this was here?
I don't even come over here.
I spend as little time around this campus as possible.
That makes sense.
You know, it would look really cool. Walking into a dark cave with an ignited sword.
Oh, hell yeah. And he just immediately I was going to say he yells Chi-Chi. That's not what he should do right now.
No.
Yeah, so he's going to pull out his sword. The sword doesn't shink as it comes out. It goes ooh-woo. Ignites in front of him, lighting the path. Yes.
I hate this.
God, okay, you... I didn't know that this is where this was going to go. Am I happy about it? I don't know. Jeremiah, you kind of crouch your way through into this opening, and as you stand, you notice that the ceiling is probably about maybe 6'1". If anybody's on the taller side, you have to crouch a little bit. But you can see that the tunnel forward is darkly lit. The light from your sword is reflecting off of this stone. It's a little moist in here, but not too bad. But you have a tunnel before you that leads forward, down, and to the right. Would you like to just continue on and follow in? How are you guys approaching this?
Where are the spiders going?
They're going deeper into the tunnel.
Well, we've got our DEET and our road torches, so I guess we just cautiously continue. I would say quietly, but I feel like in a big place like this, where our footsteps are going to be echoing, like we're not ninjas,
Mm-hmm.
And if there's webs on the ground, she probably already knows we're here.
True.
What about when we really want to fight it in here, like it's home field, or would we want to try and draw it out?
I mean, what do you got to draw it out?
We've got bait.
We have me, yeah.
Like you're like fucking Bugs Bunny.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my dog. Yeah.
You stick that, you pull up your dad pant leg and stick your leg out around the corner of the cave. And whistle.
I'm just saying, like, we could fight it in here, or I mean, it's dark, damp, probably.
How high is the ceiling in here?
About 6'2".
Okay.
But you don't know. You know that the Mammoth Cave structures. There's like 400 miles of caves that have been looked at this point, but there are many others, so you have no idea what this opens up into.
Yeah, I mean, we don't think we're getting a car down here. We could drive a car in here and just blow it up. That'd draw her out. Or sink the caves, one of the two. We could just start setting webs on fire. See if that pisses her off, or start stomping on spiders.
You don't know how bad Taryn wants to do that. Like, I mean, in these cave systems, we don't know how far in she might be.
Actually, light one of those webs on fire with your sword. See what happens. Just holding your arm.
I just like kind of touch some web with my sword.
I mean, it obviously works like it works at every TV show and video game where it just goes continues down the whole way. It doesn't stop till all the web is gone.
Yeah, you place your blade on sort of some of these wisps of web that you see, and the smaller ones that seem to be formed by the small little spiders does go up into flame a little bit, kind of burning and crackling. But you see some larger, thicker thread, and as you place your sword to it, it singes, but it doesn't quite burn this. So it's probably not the same makeup as the smaller spider's web.
This stuff looks different.
You touch it, it is sticky, but it's also very soft. And from what you know of yokai and this creature that you've been very quickly researching, the Jorgumo, it seems that the thread is not web, it is silk.
Just like thrum it a bunch with your sword. Tell her we're coming.
So, I mean, is that the plan? Do we want to, I guess we should be whispering right now. Do we want to lure her out? Is that the...
Well, right now, where we're at, there's only one way, as far as we know, one way in and one way out.
Right.
But if you start going further, I'm assuming it's going to labyrinthine off, potentially, in other directions where we won't know where we're in front or behind, kind of a thing,
Yeah.
Yeah, there is you guys can roll to read a bad situation to kind of determine what would be the best move going forward.
Okay.
That is a roll plus sharp.
Best way in is a pretty good question, huh?
Who's gonna roll it?
Who's got the best sharp? I mean, I've only got a 1.
I have 2.
Best then, Ducky.
Well, it's a 9.
A 9, okay. And as 7 to 9, you hold 1, and you can ask one of those questions. You asking, what's the best way in? What are you thinking?
Real good question.
What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to be?
Any
I
dangers
think
we haven't noticed.
I was just about to say, are there any dangers we haven't noticed? I think is what I would like to ask, actually.
Yes, I think so. You know that there have been 2 victims, at least, that this creature has fed upon. One was 2 weeks ago, one was 1 week ago. It stands to reason that she has either found a victim or is currently working on a victim. So there could be someone down here that is in need of your assistance. So that could be a threat. Another thing is she knows these tunnels very well, and she's got to have some sort of lair. And also that she brings victims in here. Like, she could carry and drag them down here, but that would be pretty obvious. She wants to stay on the down low from gathering your attention to herself. So if you found her lair, it stands to reason that it's probably not that elaborate. It's probably you keep going, there might be a couple ways to go, but these aren't creatures that hide in the depths of caves. She probably doesn't have a lair too far down from here.
Okay.
The horn still works on the Senpai mobile.
What if we just park the car right at the mouth of the cave and just
blare the horn?
Hold the horn down?
You definitely could do that. It might be tricky to get the car down there because it's kind of at the bottom of a rocky hill.
I mean, I'll put it to you this way. We're not getting it back up if we break it down.
Yeah. I'm kind of okay with the heroic sacrifice I know I need to make.
You just really want to get rid of this car, don't you?
You have no idea the scene I have built up in my head of this stupid car.
You've got your eye on that Toyota Echo in the driveway.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the loudest thing that we have currently.
I mean, we both have guns.
There is that, but that's also spending bullets that
are very affordable.
Well, that's very true, but
really easily accessible.
We don't really have them down here, though, if we run out.
I mean, I feel like one gunshot. I don't know how many shots we're firing, but we're in a pretty small town and we're by a college. I feel like people are gonna notice.
I mean,
Oh wait,
Bar-
it's October. It's hunting season, probably. I don't know how we are here in Kentucky.
At night.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. You guys are discussing this. You're keeping your voices down. The cave does echo, but as you are contemplating what to do, you kind of hear from down the way a muffled, "Hello? Is someone there? Help! I'm stuck! Help! I don't know where I am!"
do they actually sound in distress?
They sound a little loopy, a little confused, and like they don't know where they are.
It's just a trap. This is definitely a trap,
This is 100% a trap.
but it might be Dr. Morris.
Wait,
I think Dr. Morris is
Oh no, he's dead. He's dead.
indisposed.
Yeah, he's super dead. Never mind.
Oh yeah, he's super dead.
Never mind. All right. Well, I don't know who it is, but somebody could need help, or it could be a trap, or it could be both.
Well, shall we fuck around and find out?
Light the flare, cock the revolver. Let's go.
Yeah.
Also, there's magic, but this feels appropriate
yeah.
at the moment.
Magic doesn't make a sound. Come on now.
I mean, it says it's loud, so
That's fair. Yeah, as you make your way into the darkness, you notice the sounds of the forest fade. A deafening silence pierces your ears, and you become aware of every step. It reflects onto the walls around you. Your light reflect on every single rock around you. It tries to penetrate the darkness before you, and as it moves, the shadows seem to dance. Each movement could be something lurking or just a trick of the light. Deeper still, you see, it doesn't take you that long to get deeper in. It opens up slightly, and you see around there are many silken webs sort of strung from the floors to the ceiling, almost cocooning the interior of this space. As you cautiously sort of move in, you hear that muffled voice speak out. As you kind of hear a rustling with this, and the voice more clearly now says, "Is someone there? Hello? Please, I think I've been tied up. I don't know why I'm here."
I look up at the ceiling by flare. Nobody ever looks at the ceiling.
That's true.
I know how this
That's true.
goes.
Yeah, the ceiling above you seems to again be covered in webs, but you do not see a spider up there, small or large. It's about probably 15 feet up. It's not huge.
Okay.
It'd be hard for something to hide here, but there are other pathways as you look into this space, and you see wriggling off towards your left a bundle of these silken webs. A person trying to fight against this.
Go get him, hero.
Do we see the actual like body or anything? We just hear the voice.
Yeah, you do see the body. It looks to be it's a little bit ways in, not too far, but you can easily make your way over and assess the situation with your eyeballs. You don't have to roll for it.
And I'm just curious. What's the range of this cast out evil thing? I'm not really seeing a.
This game doesn't have a ton of. It's all theater of the mind. So
Okay.
the cast out evil. Maybe banish a natural creature from your presence. So I would say something probably that you can see that is close to you.
Then as I'm rolling up on this with how we've been poking everything with a stick, I'm going to, I guess, just the last minute paranoia kind of gets me, and I'm using this like cast out evil. So it's plus tough, right?
Your
Let's
tough is plus
go.
2.
Oh, hell
Let's
yeah.
Go. All right. You feel your spell taking effect as you cast this spell, and as you do, you can kind of sense that this being, whatever it is, so on a plus 10 it is banished. You feel it sort of at the end of your consciousness, the end of your like touch, your feel, and it seems to, as far as being banished, what do you think? Do you send it to a different place, a different time? What do you do with this?
There is definitely a yes. He's going to banish it to the shadow realm.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
You feel sort of a quickness as this shadow takes over something close by. You can't see it, you can just kind of feel it at the tips of your fingertips. But this being wrapped is still there.
Then in that case, so I am aware that something just got sent away, correct?
Correct.
In that case, then I definitely would like see what I could do for this bundle in front of us.
Yeah, you move over to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make your way. There is a gentleman. He seems to be in his early 20s, maybe late teens. Tousled brown hair. His eyes seem to have trouble fixing on something. He's sweating. He's very delirious. His body is sort of wrapped up to his, like, the top of his shoulders in this fine silk, as it has sort of consumed most of his body. You see there is a bit of gore, some blood that is soaking in through where the center of his torso is, right above his stomach, but his body is completely wrapped and placed amongst the spider webs that are along the wall.
So I would do what I could to, what's the operation here?
Well, let's
So
open it in right now.
He has, I was going to say, he has a visible wound, correct?
There seems to be, he's completely covered in this silken web, but he does seem to have something going on, like he was bitten, or there seems to be a wound underneath there. You can see some blood and darkness coming from that.
Then I'm gonna pop some lay on hands.
Sure. All right.
Let's go.
The dice are loving Jeremiah tonight.
Yes. So you rolled a 10. On a 10, heal 2 harm or illness, plus they're stabilized. You see as your hands kind of press them, and you're like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. Your magic kind of divine spirit moves into him, and his eyes clear up, and he kind of just like looks around, looks at you guys, and is like, what the fuck happened? Why am I here? What's going on?
We're going right now. I'm a hero. You're coming with us.
I'm a hero.
You use your sword to cut him free?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. And as you do that, thread goes away. It doesn't burn very well, so the cut kind of goes through. You're very careful not to cut him as well with this, I assume.
Yes. Yeah.
And you kind of free him. You see him like stretch out. You can see that there are tight marks, the redness all along his body as this was constricting him very tightly. He has a bit of difficulty walking, but with the heal that you have done to him, it's more of like a light limp as he kind of like looks at you guys and says, who are you?
That's Yamcha. That's Krillin. I'm Goku. We're going right now.
That's not my name.
Like from the anime?
I'm a doctor.
You know?
And I as he's saying all this, I said, no. I've been disappointed by things like Aliens to Alien 3. No. And I start going around and I start setting every piece of web and like stomping out eggs, and I'm crushing everything in it. Fuck that movie. It ruined that franchise. What did it have? It didn't have to do that.
I like put a hand on your shoulder, like, just stop. It's okay. At least they'll never make another one. Okay? It's done. It's over.
Jeremiah, as this is happening, you kind of have the gentleman on you are under his shoulder holding him up. You feel a shift as this happens, as Victor is kind of freaking out, stomping things, and you hear from the darkness, you dare send me to the Shadow Realm? A place where I was born? Well. You must be some kind of heroes, huh? And out from the darkness you see these thin, spindly legs crawling into the view of your light. There's tan, thick hairs with dark brown spots that become illuminated in this flare light. The length becomes startling as each limb stretches far beyond 6 feet long, and the abdomen that connects them is much larger than a human man. Its human arms fall to its side, tipped with blackened fingers, twirling a thin white thread. The monster extends itself up to reveal a human-shaped head with long brown hair haphazardly falling down over its 6 glowing red eyes. The lips split into a wide smile, too wide for comfort, and black sharpened teeth behind them drip with poison.
Does this person look vaguely familiar to me?
Sure does.
Hell yeah.
As I'm sitting here, stomping out all these eggs, I go, space! Space is where you send them. No one can hear you scream.
All right, I think we're gonna get into combat.
Yeah.
Yep.
This giant being starts making its way towards all of you. Jeremiah, you have this civilian under your arm. He probably would be okay if you tell him to limp out, that he isn't putting all of his weight on you, but he does seem very nervous about what's happening in this cave. You guys, the way combat works in this is you guys all get a turn, then the monster's going to do something. You can go at any point. So basically, each person gets to do one thing in a round. It's very freeform. So whoever wants to go first, if somebody has a plan, please take it away.
How do guns work?
So each of your weapons has a thing on it. Do you have a gun as one of your items?
I do.
Yeah. So you are basically going to roll to kick some ass with it.
Okay, so it's a tough roll.
Yep.
To shoot it, yeah, okay. Alright. I was just checking. I didn't know if obviously knew tough was used for melee. I didn't know if something different was used for guns.
No, there's no dexterity here.
Then we're gonna go with magic instead, because that's better. Anybody else can jump in while I look up exactly what it is I need to do here.
Yeah, I was just gonna drop Homeboy as softly as I could and go in after. I'm just envisioning every single anime I've ever seen, and yes, I'm just going to go in and do the bring down Chi-Chi on this spider lady.
You're going in swords blazing?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll to kick some ass. That is going to be plus tough.
Oh.
Oh boy. That is
okay.
If someone would like to use their turn to help out, you can do that. That is another roll. That is a cool roll. And you
could use help. Luck on it?
You could use luck as well.
I'm not very cool.
We got to do that. I got to.
I think you're pretty cool.
I got to turn that to a 12. It's the opening move. I have to.
Yeah. All right. You are going to choose to use some luck. What is your luck special? It's directly under your luck.
When you spend luck, you get word that your mission requires something difficult that must be done by you urgently.
Yep.
All right. So your playbook, you have been exiled. You must work for a cause of good without drawing attention to your brothers and sisters. Okay. So you get the sensation as you are running towards this thing. Your blade pierces into it, the fire licking off of it as it cuts into the abdomen of this being. You do 3 harm to it, which is fire damage, so it is going to do all the harm. So it's taking 3 harm from this, and as you kind of move under it, you feel her large legs. 2 of them are going to sort of pierce at you as you run by. You use kick some ass, you roll the 12, which means you choose an extra effect. So you can get an advantage to take one forward, inflict terrible harm, so you're going to do +1 harm. You can suffer less harm, which is -1, or you force them where you want them.
Let's go for the -1 to harm.
Okay. As you move under this, you kind of, your blade slices into her. You see the pincers of her large spider legs coming towards you, and you're able to shift out of the way, pushing yourself off the rock and sort of getting on her side. As this happens, you feel this sort of presence in your head, something that you haven't felt in a long time, and you have kind of forgotten that this was a thing, as you know that of course all of this can be explained away. All of this, you guys have been around gasoline, the car, the blade is old, might have ignited on something, but you in your body feel a pull, and in your brain you have one thought that you are latching onto, and is no witnesses. Humans are not allowed to see this.
Okay.
Meaning that the civilian in the room cannot make it out.
Bad news, random guy.
Okay, that's news. And I guess that's it for everything I can do that round, right? Okay.
Correct. All right, who's next?
I'm gonna use some magic here. So I think I'm gonna kick some ass, but with magic, because that's how it works.
All right, go ahead.
When you use the spell to kick some ass, roll weird instead of tough is how that works. And that's different than using magic to do magic, I think.
Correct. So you have attack spells, right?
Yes, gotcha. Okay. So if I'm understanding this correctly, I can do a base and then I can apply an effect to the base. Is that accurate?
That's probably true.
So if my understanding is correct, I would like to use blast.
Okay.
And I would like to make it, I guess, force, which I don't know what forceful is, but it's a thing that happens.
Yeah, so some creatures have, like in D&D, where there is, like, they can't be dealt slashing damage or they can't be dealt non-magical damage sort of thing. A
Right.
force damage would, it's not so much as like a damage type as it is a description of what you're doing.
Either way, I'm gonna attack with a blast, and I'm gonna make it a force blast. So, I think I just kick some ass then.
Yep. You're gonna roll your plus weird instead of tough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got
So
a
you
9.
rolled a 9 on a kick some ass, which is, yep, you do it. You're gonna take some harm in return. How much damage are you doing on this?
It is. Oh yeah, because it's just so it's 3 harm, magic, close, obvious, loud, forceful. Got all that? That's just a lot of things happening.
Oh yeah. What does it look like? What does this attack look like?
So because of the things that I have, I can actually ignore some of it. So I'm gonna ignore incantation, so I don't have to make any noise.
Okay.
So I just have to have my focus, which is the charm bracelet that I've got. And then I just have to do somatic gestures, and I'm going to do it like some sort of arcane rune, but I'm going to do it with the flare.
Oh, perfect.
In my hand, so and then shoot the blast out at this spider lady.
Yeah, so your spell takes effect. This looks 100 times cooler than a child on 4th of July with a sparkler.
Yeah.
As the trail of this as the trail of this flare sort of lingers in the air for the moment, the blast hitting this spider lady in the shoulder, it singes her as this force kind of cracks her shoulder back. You can see one of her arms falls limp as she looks at the rest of you and sort of snarls, this venom dripping from her mouth. And in this, because we are kicking some ass and using magic, she is going to reach out with her other hand and attempt to grab you with her web. And as she does, it sort of move out of the way slightly, and it's going to sort of slice into your side. Do you have any armor?
I do not.
Okay. So you're going to take 1 harm from this as she slices into you with her webbing. Dr. Cork.
Yeah, I'm gonna just use one of the tools that we actually brought with us to try and do something here. I'm just basically like screw the cap off of our big bottle of pesticide and just like start dousing the spider lady with as much DEET as I can.
Yeah, why don't you do me a favor and act under pressure, because this seems like a pretty stressful situation.
That's reasonable. That's a 7.
So you are going to do this. But you will be putting yourself in the line of fire, and she seems to fixate on you if you want to continue.
Yeah, I am gonna do this, but I would actually love to spend a luck point here to turn that into a 12.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, as I'm doing this, he just starts going like, take whack, whack.
Yes. Since this is the second luck that you've taken and the curse is becoming stronger, you're going to start to transform.
Yeah, definitely. You just kind of see like feathers start kind of like coming out of the frills of his coat and stuff. Like he just throws the coat off at this point. Like we're in a safe space here, at least when it comes to human perception. Sorry, random guy. But yeah, you just see like his keeping on theme with our grotesque horror show today. You just see his like face like split open and this huge beak like emerges out of his skull and does like a scream with his hands up in the air like whack! Just a big duck quack, and all these brilliant green and purplish hued feathers start to sprout out of him as he becomes enraged and starts dousing this spider in DEET.
I'm so glad you've done this character. I cannot tell you how excited I am about this. All right. It is now the spider's turn. As she sees this, she's not quite sure what you're doing, splashing her with what looks to be smelly water. She is going to turn her attention to the person with the flaming sword. Jeremiah, she is going to lunge at you, and her teeth in this fanged face sink into you. You are going to take 3 damage. You have 1 armor, so you only take 2. And then you're going to roll and act under pressure to see if the venom affects you.
See, it's cool, right?
Yes. Sorry, you're just like, yeah, this is cool, right?
Yeah.
Oh, totes cool. This is
Very
great.
cool.
Oh, lovely.
A 5.
This seems like the thing that I should spend luck on.
You don't know how
Yeah.
bad it is. You've already taken the harm.
Yeah, that's fair.
And who cares if you die? It's a one shot, right?
It is, yeah, I know. But I got all this luck to use, and I don't have a lot of harm. But yeah, we're good.
You have 7.
We'll see how it works out.
Okay. You feel this venom as she pulls her mouth away. You can feel it sort of, as the effects before were very subtle and slow moving. This seems to sort of lock your joints a little bit as you are breathing heavily. You can feel the heat moving through your body. You are going to take a -2 to your kick some ass rolls, and
Ouch.
you may attack your companions.
I may attack my companions.
We'll see. There's a lot of delirium going on right now. But it's your guys' turn. What would you like to do?
But anyway, I started blasting. And we're gonna follow. We're just, you know what, like the best warlock, you know. We've got one move: blast.
Eldritch Blast.
That's what we're doing. I'm gonna actually spend a luck point to turn that into a 12.
Okay. What is your luck special?
The official council of wizards is gonna poke their nose into your business. You know what? Let them. Look what the hell's going on here. Like,
Yeah.
Poke away, little intern. Hopefully you don't get your head blown up by a spider lady.
All right.
But because I got a 12, I can inflict terrible harm, yes?
Yes, you can.
I would like to inflict terrible harm, so there's +1 harm. And this
Okay.
is another forceful blast, so that's 4 harm.
Your blast goes into her, and as it does, you see the deep catch as you're using a flare to use this blast. It is consuming her body. You can see the human hair is starting to ignite and go up. The terrible smell comes from all around you. Those of you who are directly next to it, the brightness of this sort of flashes your eyes, making the little red spots come through your vision. She begins to scream into the night. She is not looking too good at all. Who's next?
I just realized that I basically made a character who's like Jekyll and Hyde, except it's like university professor and Howard the Duck.
That just clicked with you? Because that's what I've been thinking the whole time.
No, truly, like that thought never crossed my mind, and then I was just like ruminating on my choices between rounds. Anyways, after doing that, I'm gonna lean over, because I threw my coat off my back in the last turn. I will throw it open wide, and inside of my coat there is just a shotgun. That was what I chose as my weapon, so I'm gonna grab that with one hand and like cocking it with a single hand. Just be like, it's time to duck around and find out. And you just see me, this like half human, half duck monstrosity, fucking stance up with the iron sights, and I'm just gonna follow Victor's lead and start blasting.
Please roll to kick some ass.
So again, because I have a move called Unholy Strength, which means I
Yes.
use my weird instead of my tough when I
Yes,
kick
you
some
do.
ass. I'm gonna use my enhanced vision granted to me by my duck powers to really hone in on this creature with my shotgun. And we're gonna do our best. That's a 10.
Hey, yo! Okay, your shotgun is 3 harm, close and messy. You say your punchline, cock the gun back, and there is a cacophony of this sound as this shotgun explodes with light and buckshot that goes directly into this spider being, and you see it hit, and as it does, her face sort of splits in half as her skull just implodes and scatters on the webbing behind her. The being slumps down and falls, kind of curling its its giant spider legs up,
Hell yeah.
still slightly ablaze.
I just look down there and I say, Cambridge was my safety school.
Jeremiah, as this venom courses through your blood, the words echo in your mind. No witnesses. Your rage and anger is focused on the human cowering, watching all of this take place.
He would he would probably say, "But I'm the hero," and drop the sword, like throw it down to the ground, and like I guess just fighting whatever thought is in his head. He's gonna go for the lay on hands. I guess that's cool.
That
Yeah.
is cool.
It's totally cool.
Soup's cool.
Hey.
These thoughts wash through your mind. The venom, you can feel it sort of retreating out of your body as it pools over your shoulder and down. The sweats, the head clears. You kind of open your eyes and blink in this firelight of your blade on the ground, the spider being next to you ablaze, and your mind, the rage is gone. Do you still hear the words echoing as if they are distantly in the back of your mind?
Sorry, did you say do I?
No, you do. You do
Oh, I
still
do.
hear it.
Sorry. Okay, I thought you said.
It's just
okay.
not something you feel necessarily you have to act on right now, but it
Right.
does feel like somebody is telling you something.
Yeah, and the spider lady is very dead.
Oh boy. Yes.
Are you verbalizing any of this to us, or are you just kind of having a meltdown?
Sorry,
over
I'm just
here?
making sure. I'm like, because we always know in the monster movies these things crawl around. Whatever. There's a phase 2, all right.
Of course.
No, I walk
that
over
last part
to
might have
it,
been
and I
Jeremiah.
just
This isn't
said,
Bayonetta.
shoot a blast right in the face of this dead spider. I've stomped on a spider and watched it curl up and then crawl away later. Like, this ain't happening
Yes.
today.
You take off the other half of this being's head as the goo continues to pool around the blood and black viscera that is this being. And you turn to look at your friends, and as you go to give a victory cheer, you feel something, and the two of you, watching him, see a portal open up behind him. And as it does, Victor, you feel yourself being pulled
Victor?
back. Yeah.
Yeah, alright, great. Awesome. Let's do it.
And you find yourself standing among the Council of Wizards. The rest of you are left in this cave, a cowering human, a dead body of this yokai.
He's gonna be back, right? Again?
I don't know, man. I don't fuck around with the Shadow Wizard Council. I don't. That's way above my pay grade.
How long was it last time? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But are you good?
I don't know.
What's going on with you, man?
I
say, like, squatting down with my like fucking duck bill, and it's like, are you good? Like, what's up? Like, talk to me here.
Yeah.
My like big feet like clap on the floor, like walking over to you.
I think I have demons in my brain.
Oh, right on. Tell me more about this.
Yeah, I realize I'm talking to a duck now. And this is not okay. Yeah, this isn't weird territory. No, they're telling me to kill that guy.
They're telling you to kill that guy?
Yeah, I'm sorry, guy.
When he starts
What?
moving, like,
Yeah,
chill,
no,
chill.
I'm sorry, guy. No, this is a me thing. This is not your fault.
He's got brain demons. Just hold on a
Yeah,
second.
sorry. No, they kept telling me to kill him.
Like, why?
No witnesses?
I mean, but we're also witnesses, like myself and, well, I mean,
Oh,
why him specifically? Like, there's other people here.
I'm cool, bro. I promise I won't say anything. It's cool. I'm just gonna just leave here and pretend like none of this happened. It's just a bad trip.
no, like you don't
I'm
get
just
it.
gonna start going.
No, hold
up.
on, chill out,
Listen,
chill out,
yeah,
chill out.
yeah,
If
but
you
that's
try
the
to run,
thing.
the brain demons, they might
Yeah,
try. Just
no.
hold on.
Yeah, I don't want to kill you. That's the thing, right? So like, it's really weird. I'm on your side right here.
Why him though? Like,
Okay, because it kind of feels like you're not on my side.
No,
The
he's
brain
good.
demon thing.
He's a fucking nerd. But he's
I am.
cool.
I am, and that's fine. I'm experiencing like some major introspection here. There's something wrong with me.
No, definitely. But like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to alleviate the current situation. So like, why him specifically? Do they want him dead?
Are you my brother?
Are you talking to me or him?
No, sorry, him.
What?
Are you my
No,
brother?
I
No.
don't- No, I don't. I have a sister. I mean, I don't think so. I don't know what's happening or what you are,
I'm a
duck
duck.
person. There was a spider lady, and then somebody got disintegrated. Is your other friend okay?
No, he's fine. He's with the Shadow Council of Wizards.
Yeah, he does that from time to time.
Okay. Well, here's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
This demon wants you to kill this guy because he's a witness, presumably because he's like a third party, right? Like that's the logic that's tracking for me. Guy, what's your name, Guy?
I don't know if it's better to tell you my name or not tell you my name.
It's really important that you.
I actually think it is important. Yeah.
Brandon. My name is Brandon.
That's awesome.
And as he says that, Ted, you have been talking to the council for days. You have made a couple. You've had your case. You've talked to them. You've made some concessions on things. You have changed clothes, showered. It's been a few days for you. You find yourself teleported back in the middle of this conversation. As your friends are still there in this cave, you are still there in this cave. There is a guy going, I'm Brendan. I don't.
Oh, hi, Brandon.
Ah!
Oh, what's up, Victor?
What the fuck is going
Victor.
on?
All right, look. So here's the thing that we need to address. You've seen things. The curtain is pulled back, my brother. Like you can't go back. You saw a giant spider lady who tried to eat you. You're welcome, by the way. You've seen a man with brain demons. You've seen a wizard from a different dimension.
Mm-hmm.
I
say
am
this
just a
all-
liberal arts student.
Yeah. Just like pull out some bread. Like I'm just like, okay. Anyways,
No, Victor, I'm hearing voices now.
yeah, he's
Were
got
you
brain
always?
demons.
Yeah, but they're way louder and way more violent this time.
Well, I mean, you didn't okay. So this sword of yours,
Mm-hmm.
where did it come from?
It just sort of.
To be honest with you, for most of us, we don't just get flaming swords. They don't just
I always assumed
Right.
that
Brandon,
bought
you
it.
don't have a flaming sword, do you, buddy?
No. I don't have any. I don't even own a gun.
I always assumed that it came from like a mall kiosk and that the flames were a you thing.
Yeah. No,
Oh.
I was
Are
on my
they a
way.
you thing?
I was on my way back from a convention, and like this anthropomorphic like wolf jumped me, and
He glomped you.
I mean you could say that
How
was
dare
part
you.
of it, I guess, but like in this
Most of
moment
it.
of desperation, whenever I reached out, because this guy was really getting the better of me. I mean, I would have taken him, it would have been
Mhm,
great, but you
sure.
know, I reached out, and then suddenly it was just whoosh, this thing just showed up in my hands, and he ran away terrified, screaming. It turned out to be just a dude in a suit, and it's been bound to me since then.
Okay.
But-
I guess what I'm getting at here with all of this, and with you, Brandon, sorry to include you in all this, but you're kind of included now, is that if your brain demons are telling you that you have to kill this person because they're a witness, but they don't seem to be telling you to kill myself or Victor, it's because this guy's a third party. Brandon, how would you feel about joining our squad of paranormal investigators? Like, I know we got two
Ooh.
trench coat guys and an anime sword guy. You could be like our normal guy or whatever, but like,
Do you have any special skills, Brandon? Are you good at anything in particular? What do you do?
tell us about
I
you.
guess-
Really think hard,
I-
because
I kind of feel like I might be getting kidnapped right now.
you are not getting kidnapped. We are trying to save your life.
Cool. Okay.
They're trying to save you from me.
Okay. All right. So skills.
Because he knows your face and your name now.
yeah,
so if you
that's-
walk out
Oh,
of here,
God.
like,
Okay. I'm really good at making lists. And
Okay. That'd be helpful.
I'm good at problem solving. I know how to work on cars. I guess I can't fix everything. Some
Oh,
of the
really?
mechanical
Hold on.
stuff is weird.
no, wait,
Like
wait.
oil
You know how to-
changes and stuff.
Okay,
You know-
that's not nothing.
we could use a mechanic, right?
We could.
I need you, Brandon, to list a thing that you're good at, all of the things that you're good at. Give me a full list. Are you in
Okay.
school? Do you have a bunch
Yeah.
of money? What's
Yeah.
your deal?
No,
What do you
I
got?
going to school, liberal arts major. I
You're helping yourself here,
I
buddy.
used to work on a farm, so I know
Okay.
how to raise chickens. I don't know
Okay,
if that would
that's
help
something.
with the duck situation, but I can. Yeah, I know cars, but I don't know a lot, but I could learn. I'd be really good at learn. Like, it picked it up really fast. I just didn't have a need for it, really. Besides like tune-ups and stuff.
Wait, you're a liberal arts student who is good at working on cars?
They're okay at working on cars.
Okay,
I mean, I could get better. I'm willing to learn more. Really, if that's what you need, I could be your mechanic. I could be. I mean, I'm good at researching. Again, making lists. I guess.
that's the thing. If he becomes associated, maybe he's no longer a witness because he's a part of the.
That's what I'm
Right?
saying.
That's
like
what we're working
logically.
towards.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Because like Brandon, the curtain's pulled back, the poster's gone, the hole in the wall is there. You're out of the cell. You're in the real world now, bud. Like this is what's up. This is reality for you now. You can't ever unknow this stuff. So you might as well start hanging out with people who also are aware that yokai spider ladies who went to a B-tier university are very real and want to kill and destroy people in Brownsville, I want to say.
Yeah. Was that a Green Mile reference?
That movie's out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. Yeah, no, I would really love to learn more about spider people and duck people and magic's flaming sword people. That I would love to do that to not die.
And maybe we'll figure out like what your thing is along the way. How do the brain demons feel now, bud? How's that going?
Hello?
Wait, I'll walk over and I'll make some sort of non-effectual incantation and like a little like sparkle rune, like nothing crazy, no actual magic. And just be like, shake Brandon's hand, and you're now part of the team.
He like shakes your hand
and,
like very
and looking over at
is this
Jeremiah.
cool?
You're now part of the team.
It's like,
Do I need
like
to sign
telling
this
a dog,
guy?
see, she's okay.
Yeah.
She's okay.
Yeah.
You kind of feel, you feel that no witnesses, it kind of gets quieter and fades from your mind.
That might have worked.
All right.
Like clap Brandon on the back. Listen, man, every group needs a mundane, and then we just keep walking out of the cave.
I hand him my old trench coat and follow suit.
Okay, all right. He like looks back and sees the man still carrying the flaming sword, and just like and like quickly walks to catch up with Dr. Cork. And
Yeah, I'll.
Careful, there's needles in there.
Flatfoot off.
Yeah, just like slowly becoming more human as we approach the exit of the cave.
I'm like, oh no, you're cool. Here, like, and I'll take Chi-Chi, put it back in the sheath, and it's gonna go Ana, and then yeah.
No.
And on that note, that is where we're gonna end.
That's where we're ending. On the sword going outa.
That's the only way we could end it, guys. Thank you so much for playing with me and playing in this fun game of the chaos, as I was only hoping would come about. Any final thoughts or things you want to say?
Why was she stealing their penises?
Yeah, we didn't get to the bottom of that.
That's a mystery for another time.
Yeah, it was just the reverse balloon situation. It just shriveled it up and sucked it right back inside.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Hey, thanks for running it.
No, thanks for having us.
Of course.
Yeah.